says, I'm curing food. Abolish Monday mornings and Friday afternoons. The other one's out on hunger strike, is dying by degrees. How come Jesus gets industrial and everything?
Tomorrow morning at
85 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end. Really? Well, today's September the 26th. 2018. This is from Donnie Darko that was released in 2001. Add these up. This is what Donnie is told by Frank or Francis. Pope Francis, the first Jesuit Pope. Donald Trump, who is Donnie Darko, is a Jesuit went to Fordham University. You know, whether he openly acknowledges he's a Jesuit or not, you can bet he's with that club. Add these up: 28 days, 6 hours, 42, the mega number in Lost, and the answer to life, the universe, and everything. I'm in my 42nd year currently, here in 2018. One thing that I didn't overtly show yesterday when I was going through all of this stuff, right? With yesterday's date being 27, reducing to 9, and then the 360, 2018, 20 times 18 is 360, right? 369, 360. All of this with the degrees of the circle, the 360. Is what has a big part of what the 666 being the number in the number in Ra Evelations, the big reveal of the light at death at the end of the book, which is your body, has to do with 360, 666. Also 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons in the 666 of the what? Carbon-12 molecule, carbon-12 atom, which makes up all of organic life on Earth. The number of the beast and the number of a man. And beast is what they used to call animal. They never called them animals, they called them beasts. Because that's what they did, and a beast, an animal, and symbolically in Revelations, the number of a man, the number of a beast, it's your lower 3 chakras of your lusty loins. When you're still a jackass, Jacob, and you haven't become Israel, you haven't come up the ladder, and you're not living from heaven in your head and your heart, and you haven't reconciled your dualism of your 2 brain hemispheres. You're the double, the devil, which, as I showed yesterday, is just the shadow of the shad, Hebrew word for devils, shad, the D-evil, Eve-El. The evil time we're in now, which is when Donnie Darko takes place, October. It ends at Halloween, the Hallows Eve, even. The sun's in his tomb in Autumn, going to his tomb in Autumn, and he's going to die symbolically on the Southern Cross, the sign of Capricorn, the winter solstice, sun stands still, sun's dead for 3 days in his tomb. And then on the 25th, the son of God's birthday, God's son's birthday, rebirthday actually, Ra-Re birthday, Ra-Re's erection, he's going up. He's going to arise to Aries through January, February, through the signs of Aquarius, Aqua Osiris, and Pisces P Isis. 6, 6, 6, 6 times 3, 18, 1 and 8, 9, 20, 18. So this is the countdown in Donnie Darko, 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. At the beginning of October, the 8th month, October, in the ember times of the dying sun, the dying light, the death of December, and deception, Saturnalia in December, the Roman Saturnalia, with Christmas, the merrymaking time, to celebrate the sun's coming death and rebirth. Francis, right, that's the one, the bunny suit. An obvious reference to Harvey and the whole thing, and Harvey also appearing in Field of Dreams on the television, and Kevin Costner saying, Ray Kinsella saying to his daughter, "Don't listen to that man, he's not well." You know, meanwhile he's having the if you build it, he will come contact with the other side himself. So, but he thinks he's losing his shit, right? And at the beginning of Donnie Darko, you think Donnie's just some schizo kid losing his shit. Remember his shirt when he's in the psychiatrist's office says Triumph, which is what Trump means. The trumpet of Revelations, the trumpets. Trumpets. So add these numbers, 28 plus 6, 34 plus 42, 76, 76 plus 12, 88. Which was the year Donnie Darko was taking place during the Dukakis-Bush campaign, in which Bush, a Republican, won the election, the erection. 1988 is when it takes place. Donald. Trump, Triumph. The trumpet, the Trump E.T., and then Roberta Sparrow with the science of time travel. Grandma Death. Revelations. Roberta Sparrow. Bird a Sparrow. And then the movie theater is Arrow, where it's Evil Dead and the Last Temptation of Christ, when Donnie's shown the portal. Have you ever seen a portal, says Frank? Arrow. Triumph. Try to follow this shit. So Trump, T-R-U-M-P in Gematria, 88. T's 20, R is 18, 2018. U is 21, M is 13, P is 16, adds to 88, 1988. I was 12 in 1988. That was the year I hit 3 home runs in Little League, and then we did not win the District 16 championship in Swampscott. We were District 16. 8 plus 8 is 16. Trump was elected in 16. As I've showed you a few times already, my birthday, 5/29. May 29th, which is JFK's birthday. My dad's birthday, 11/22. The day of Kennedy's death, his assassination, in the time of the sun being in the tomb, in the month of El Even, which is actually Novum 9, 9/11, 11/22. Dealey Plaza on the 33rd parallel, 11 plus 22, 33. Dea Ley. 5 plus 2 plus 9 is 16. My name's 16 letters. Kyle Charles Grant. I was born at 12:16 a.m. District 16 in Little League. 1 and 6, 7. 7. 7. 7 days, 7 colors. Visible light spectrum. September, 7th month, 7 ember. Separation. The sun on the ecliptic, going from womb of summer to tomb of winter, summit to valley, life to death, Adam to Eve, odd to even, dawn to evening, yang to yin, hot to cold, young to old, one to many, reality to illusion, life to death, God to devil, good to evil. And then when they were filming Moonlight Mile in Marblehead, before I had seen Donnie Darko in 2001, they were filming that, or was it 2002? I think it was, no, it was either 01 or 02. I think it was 01. Yeah, it was before 9/11, I think. I gotta get the dates right on all this, but on that. But I was walking downtown Marblehead, and at that point I had long hair and I was wearing 70s clothes that I got at the, not really thinking I was doing a 70s thing, but I was collecting garments from the unclaimed rack at the dry cleaner I worked at on Smith Street called Hillcrest Cleaners. And then Hillcrest is another synchromistic term I can go into talking about in my life. The crest of the hill, Hill Valley, Hell Valley. So Roberta Sparrow's book, when I was walking downtown in all the 70s garb, I started noticing that people are giving me weird looks that day in 2001. I was wearing a corduroy 70s looking jacket, sports jacket, you know, suit jacket. And as I got downtown, I started seeing 70s cars, right? Remember Roberta, I just want to go to this real quick. I'm going to read the last chapter. This will be part 33. For Seen Beyond Time, which is a lot about time travel. This book fell on me at my lap a couple months ago. And remember Roberta Sparrow's book is the science, Grandma Death's book, The Science of Time Travel. Time travel. So 2001, I'm walking downtown. I go into Iggy's Bread to get a coffee, that was the only real reason I was going downtown. I didn't know they were doing the movie Moonlight Mile, which they were calling Baby in Black at that point. I didn't know they were doing that, but then I remembered it when I was walking down there. It wasn't even like a forefront thing for me. It was just whatever, right? And I knew that Dustin Hoffman and Susan Sarandon were in it, but I did not know who Jake Gyllenhaal was. I had not seen Donnie Darko yet, even though I had worked at an art house cinema when I was out in San Diego for the 2 years at the Ken Cinema. I had not even been on top of the Donnie Darko thing, and I was getting a coffee, stirring my coffee in Iggy's, and that's where they had the sound, all the sound equipment, and the sound, I think they were doing all of the sound in Iggy's, the bread shop. They had let them do that, and there was all the cords and everything everywhere on the floor. And I'm stirring my coffee, and this guy comes up, stands next to me. He's a little bit taller than me. Actually, I think he was significantly taller. And he's looking at me, he's looking down at me, and I'm stirring my coffee, and I'm like thinking to myself, why is this guy looking at me? What's going on here? And I look up, and he's like giving me a weird smile. And I'm like, what's going on here? Is this guy going to start hitting on me? And he goes, hey man, hey man. Well, that was Jake Gyllenhaal. I didn't know who he was at that point. I said, hey. Donnie Darko. Trump, so to recap, Trump's 88. Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko wears the shirt that says Triumph, which is what Trump means. Trump was elected on 1/19, which is 9/11 reversed. Donnie Darko 2001. 2001 A Space Odyssey. If your mind isn't blown by all this shit, I mean, you really just, I mean, it's kind of like all this kind of might be seen like a litmus test, you know? 85, 6, 42, 21, 88. The countdown, 8 and 8, 16. 88 miles per hour, Back to the Future, time travel. Roberta Sparrow, Grandma Death, The Science of Time Travel. Hallelujah! Namaste! Hare Krishna.